Nzimande. He stole 40 million, if I'm not mistaken.
Allegedly.
He stole. I'm saying it. You are saying allegedly. When in your podcast you are saying allegedly. I'm saying Nzimande stole 40 million. If he's refusing that, he must take me to court. He's a thief. We have no respect for thieves. Nzimande is a thief, and Nzimande must fall. There, we make no apology, because he's the one. We are in this problem because of Nzimande and them. We are in this problem, and about Nzimande, they know that there is money, but because their companies, their concubines, their wives are eating through these arrangements. Their concubines are the ones who are running accommodation. Why would an accommodation residence of students is much more expensive than the tuition fee? You hike because NSFAS will pay. You a small room with a single bed, it's 8,500. When you make a follow-up, owner of that building, which has a contract with the university, is a concubine of Nzimande. So they don't want this free education because they are benefiting. They have cafeterias. You know, when Nzimande is looting the most, is looting in the TVET colleges, because the systems there are not that locked. They are looting there. If I'm wrong, they must take me to court. I am saying it here. Nzimande and their concubines, these slave queens that they go around with, and the slave kings that they go around with, they are benefiting through accommodation, through cafeterias. You see a plate of food, a guinya, you find a guinya of 20 rand in their cafeterias. But we know, Abo Mama, they sell guinyas at 5 rand, 10 rand. These ones, a food price, a plate, you find a plate of 80 rand in these cafeterias.
For students?
For students. I'm telling you, Sbu, go to vets, go to UJ, a cold drink, a 2 liter of cold drink is much more expensive than in the garage. Because it's NSFAS money. And these people who got tenders from these universities, it's either their friends, their relatives, or are these slave queens that they go around doing all manner of things with them. If I'm wrong, it's not you, it's not your podcast, it's me. Bonginkosi wa Khanyile oshoyo. Ngiyayikhulumela nje, ngifuza ngijikile nje ngisho. We introduced free education tax. We fund higher education. We take money. There's money, man. We'll just have to sit down as the cabinet, as the new government, and say, do we introduce a new free education tax? Or let's leave our people, not tax them. Let's take from that company and fund education. There's money in South Africa. Trust me. It's not even an issue. It's a matter of sitting down in one meeting and say, okay, from where do we take and fund this higher education? Then we rock and roll. It's not a scientific issue. It doesn't need Albert Einstein, me and you, even you. Once you go to the government, you'll be shocked how much rich South Africa is. But the question is the redistribution of resources. It's in cars, in the ministers, even in the cabinet. Our cabinet is very bloated. You will find a deputy minister of what? Of small businesses. Do you still have that portfolio, leaders? Do you still have it? Small businesses. What is that thing? A minister of small businesses. Then the deputy minister. Why do you need deputy ministers? Because they have allowances, they are paid fat salaries, they have convoys, they have bodyguards. Why do you need them? What is the role of a deputy minister of higher education? Take that money, fund education. Why would you have 2 houses in Pretoria and in Cape Town? Why? Do you know that Cyril has a state house? Paid. He doesn't stay in his state house. He has never went. Many South Africans don't know that Cyril Ramaphosa has never went into a state house. Fully funded by government. He stays in his private homestead. Here in Bani. Is it in Houghton? Hyde Park. Hyde Park, next to Malema's house, in the same road. He stays in Hyde Park. He has never went to a state house that has security personnel, that has funded by the state. Why do you give a president with a fat salary, he has a state house that he does not even stay at? It's not that alone. Go to KZN, the premier state house in KZN, next to that college. Is it Maritzburg College or what? There, the premier does not stay there. We wanted at some time when we were still young in universities, we said that premier's house must be turned into a resident of students because it's a big village. Sihle State, the current premier of KwaZulu-Natal doesn't stay there. It's fully furnished. It has police or officials. It's guarded. It has everything operating. Nobody stays there. They stays in their private residences. Take that house and make it a resident of students. If we are a public official or a politician, buy your own house. You can afford, my man. We don't need to buy you a house. Why would you buy Cyril? Why would you give Cyril a shelter? Shelter, even food. Do you know these people, they get paid? They get paid by the state, but every month their grocery, they write down a list. What do they want? Then the state buys them groceries. So you have a salary that you don't touch. Why? That money can fund education. President Cyril, buy your own food. Chief, maintain your traveling. All of us, when we go to work, we pay our own transportation. When I'm a cashier, I pay my own transportation. When I'm a security guard, I pay my own transportation. When I'm a domestic worker, I pay my own transportation. Now, a person that gets a fed salary, he claims transportation is government, food is government, even a house that he does not even need, it's government. That's where the money is. So we need to change leadership style and leadership posture. Leading must not about your social upward mobility or the ability to amass resources. It must be about the people. These guys are highly paid. Leave the corruption that they do. Because immediately when a person goes into power, now he sits in secret meetings with business people. He has secret deals that he do and is looting behind. We know there's that man of looting behind, outside of the salaries that they get. Use that money you loot to pay your own things, but don't take from the state. You know, pala issue. Dollars found underneath. Take those dollars and pay your own transportation and food. So in South Africa, we have resources, but in the manner in which our leaders are using the money and how they lead, they have no love for people at all. At all. They have no love for people. And some of these people, it's people that we grew admiring. We are propagated. Cyril Ramaphosa wrote the best constitution. Cyril Ramaphosa is going to go into power. When he goes into power, he's a clean man. He's not going to loot because he's a business person, he's rich.